Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check it out, Bree.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Let's go, Mike.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 8 and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Now Wilson on first down. And Philip Dorsett hauls it in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I'll go special. Hey, 0-0-0.
Better bring it. You better.
Good touch.
I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Now it's Wilson. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, that's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
First down, Seahawks.
Mike, strip the ball. Strip that ball. On your 10. Zebra. 10. Far left. Hey, inside.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Watch the twins.
Now it's Carson. Oh, bowls right over him. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Jones. And his throw here's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Go. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands on the fire.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Looking for Shepard deep. Looking for his receiver Sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Tight dog.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Watch the
Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. You're not ready.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 63 yards on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. An update from Denver. The Broncos have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. This is Carson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
What? 56. Tackles.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Carson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Touch 50. Got it.
Mark 56.
They run it with Carson. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert. Check. Fresno. Good job right there. Check. Check hot.
On the delay, here's Carson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Got it.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
It's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
That's a what? Check.
Here's Wilson. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
I I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here. Wilson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready? 90, Wolf. 57. I'm here all day. Whip. Greystone, travel. Back. Kill.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
57. Mike, 50.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Mike, you ready?
5, 9, sweetheart. Joker.
Check. Good job right there. I smell fear in the offense.
Play action. Now Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll give it here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
218, chop it.
Now it's Barkley. And an alley to run. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 54 yards on the ground. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Smooth.
Switch.
Now.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready, ready. 57. Hey, wahoo.
57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
He's time to read.
Jones from the downhill throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. The Giants going to go ahead and use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
You better be afraid of me. Fair.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Throwing Jones. He completes it to Tate. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10.
Safety's creeping.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 38-yard line.
On the set.
Mike 57.
Hey, high 7.
Mike's 57.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, he's got his man. This is Tate. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 76 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the pass.
Going to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught. Block it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. Wilson now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a first and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Leonard Williams picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Wilson. Dorsett making the catch. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Check. Switch. 14. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55.
On third down, Wilson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football. Been grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Throwing on first down. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Come on. Shift.
On the ground with a tight end. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
Mike 54. They can't hang with
61. Match box. 1-5.
They'll try to run forward Barkley. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guy. We'll get the football back.
First down and 10.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, it's Carson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Not your normal call in short yardage, but the toss works very well there. Big people out in front, being physical, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
At the 47-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
24. Good.
False start there. That will set the offense back 5 yards.
Brandon, the lineman certainly flinched there before the snap. A good call.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, come on. Go.
On second down now. It's Carson, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And the Seahawks on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A 7-yard pickup.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Blue draw focus. Watch the safety creep. Get it.
2nd and 3. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And an alley to run.
Number 3, Russell Wilson on the keeper.
The Seahawks on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson now, operating from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey. 4 down. No. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Hey.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Seattle.
Wilson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
36 foul.
Rush in. Check 24.
14.
6 right there. 56. Watch twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Strong right.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
Smart that.
This complete to Lockett. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And able to find Dorsett. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. On first down, Carson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Spawn. No. 5-2 the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Ready? 57 to Mike.
He'll look to throw. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll begin the drive with Carson. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Rock it.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the victory here for Seattle, and I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not